Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So, I was able to deposit some money into the account. I was able to deposit $400. So, we were able to stay above this margin maintenance line. And I have been going under this line for a while, but every single time I go under it, nothing really happens. Usually, when you go under this line and you stay under this line for a certain amount of time, I believe Robinhood would start to sell off your stocks without notice, right? Because you had to stay above the line and they don't want to lose any of their own money. But it hasn't really been the case for me. And the reason why I am getting close to this line is because of the margin, right? Even though I'm only using $7,000 worth, I did bring it down. It was way higher than that. I think it was to 11,000. I brought it down to 7,000. But I do have options, right? That if they expire and I am under the price, then I will have to buy the stock 100 shares, right? So I have three of those type of options, these put options that I sold. I have Palantir for 11, Neo for $19.50, and ChargePoint for $13.50. For the most part, I don't believe I will get charged to buy 100 shares of ChargePoint, and I don't really think I'll be able to do Neo unless, I don't know, something really bad happens. But for the most part, Neo does stay above the $19 to $20 range. Same thing with ChargePoint. I don't think it's even close to 13.50. Still would need a dollar 24 more. So for the most part of those two, I'm safe. With Palantir, most likely I will be assigned the 100 shares, and it will be $1,100 cost for me, which is really nothing. The only thing that is gonna be annoying is that Palantir is quite a bit lower than $11. It's like $3.17 lower. So my average cost will be higher, pretty high, but I will try to lower it down whenever these expire. But right now, with the markets going down, the problem that I'm having is a problem with money. Too little money and too many deals, right? And I think you guys are probably having the same problem as me, that, oh, there's so many freaking deals. I see all these cryptos and all these stocks down so much. I have no idea what I even want to buy. And the thing that I've been really trying to focus on is I pick like five or 10 stocks, whatever the number you want, and just pick those like 5 or 10 stocks depending on how much money you have. I know if I was making a ton of money, I'll probably have a lot more stocks to be buying, but since I am broke and can't deposit as much money as some other people, I can only pick maybe like 3 to 5 stocks that I'm like, I need to buy these 3 to 5 stocks right now, and just focus on these ones right now because I believe these ones have the highest potential in my opinion. And obviously, I could pick Shopify, Neo, blah 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 blah. You guys may not agree with that. You guys may think that maybe an Nvidia is a better deal than that, or MP Materials, or a Apple, or anything like that, right? But whatever, it goes for whatever you think it is the best deal, whatever you think has the highest potential upside, or whatever your risk tolerance is. You pick those 3 to 5 stocks or whatever the number it is, and you just focus on them. Like for me, I've been buying Shopify a crazy amount of, and I probably made a mistake of buying a whole lot too fast, too early, because I did in fact buy a whole lot of it. Because Shopify basically has been going down, I believe, since November of last year, right? Since November of last year, Shopify has just been going down, 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 and down. And me, I have been purchasing Shopify for a while now. You see, I've been nibbling off right now because I'm freaking broke. I've been buying $30, $30, $100. You see these purchases April 5th. I didn't think that Shopify would go down as much as it did, and that's a mistake that I've made. I shouldn't have just bought all of it in one go, but I always have a fear of missing a good opportunity, and I need to get better at that. But I did buy like freaking $7,000. You see, April 5th, 2022, almost 7,000. Then another one for about almost 3,500. Then another one for almost 4,300. That's how I bought so much Shopify. and Shopify continued to go down. That's why my freaking average cost is so high, because I bought it so much so fast. But that's a mistake that I've made, and right now I'm just like, whatever I can deposit, slowly get in. So most likely the ones that I'm focusing on are Shopify, Palantir, and ChargePoint. And once I get a certain amount of equity in it, we'll focus on other things. Like Shopify, I do have a lot of equity in it. I have $8,000. I want to get it to maybe 400 shares or 300 shares, something like that. Get my average cost down a little bit, and then I'll probably start buying some TTCF and maybe some of the other ones that I bought. I think Meta or Facebook or whatever you want to call it is a pretty damn good deal right now. Look at that. It's at 150. Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. I don't think it could go much lower than what it has already. And I would want to get as many shares as possible. But I'm having a problem, guys. The problem that I'm having right now is I'm freaking broke. So, but yeah, that's a big problem. Like, I'm not scared of buying anything. I don't know why people are scared. Like, when you seen these the market's going down, and the lower it goes, you should be thinking like, damn, I know that eventually it will get better, right? It will get better. So if the markets do get better, then most of these stocks will go back up, and they will go up in a crazy amount of percentages. They most likely will go back to almost as close as they were before, or even higher. So it's like, the market is really bad right now. How much worse can it get? You know, how much more down can it go? And the lower it goes, the more money it should put in, right? Because that means it gets less riskier and less riskier as it goes down. Because I mean, even look at this. The market, I believe QQQ is back down to under 25% this year. And even then, how much lower can it go? Yeah, 25%. It already has gone down to 35% or almost 35% at one point. Can it go lower than that? Do you think it can go to 40%? I mean, I think it's going to be unlikely. Can it go down 50%? I don't think so. If it does go down to that low, how much lower can it go after 50%? You know, it would take a lot for the market to go down that much. Like, what would it take for the stock market to go down lower than it already has? There's basically a war going on. The COVID shutdowns, China going through their own thing. There is inflation going up all over the world. How much more worse can it get, right? We are basically in a recession already. The only thing that I can see how things can be going worse is unemployment going crazy out of nowhere. Like, we hitting 7, 8, 9, 10% maybe out of nowhere. I mean, that's something that could probably happen, maybe. And maybe earnings just go really bad. I mean, the earnings have been okay to like pretty bad, but it hasn't been as bad as expected. And maybe the next earnings, we might see it go down bad. That's another thing that could probably bring the market down to as low as it has been. I'm saying that those are the only two things that could probably bring the market down lower than it already has. But how much lower would it bring the market, right? Like, could it go down to 40%? I mean, if it goes down to 40%, we'll be at maybe 250? Maybe? I don't even know, man. But yeah, just what I'm saying is that we should just stick to buying the stocks or the cryptos or whatever you're picking. Pick the maybe 5 that you have the most conviction, the ones that you think will go up the most when everything goes back to the way they were, back to normal, hopefully. And boom, you'll probably make the most amount of money you've ever made. And that's the plan for me. I'm going to continue to buy the main ones and maybe buy some small ones eventually, but put most of my money into the main five stocks and cryptos. I would pick Ethereum, I would pick Shaw, Palantir, ChargePoint, and I would even pick Neo. And eventually, whenever the markets decide to go back up, those are the stocks that I pick that I believe could go back up roaring. I get the best bang for my buck right there. And yeah, I'll keep depositing every week. I deposited $400 or today. Next check, I can hopefully do the same thing again. Keep depositing $400 every check, maybe close to like anywhere from like $6 to $1,000 a month. Keep depositing, keep buying. For as long as this market is down, I'm going to be continuing to deposit money and buy. And yeah, and I do have these option plays ready. I'm gonna let them expire anymore. I'm not gonna roll them out anymore, because you know what, I'm gonna be fine buying Palantir at 11, Neo at 1950, and ChargePoint at 13.5. And yeah, that's a quick update, guys. Stick to the plan. Stick to buying those stocks and cryptos that you think will go up the most. Pick those 5 to 10 or whatever number you have. Keep depositing, keep buying, and stay strong. The longer this goes on, I'm telling you, the potential for it's gonna go up even more. I think the longer the market goes down and stays down, the more opportunities we have to make a lot more money. If the market stays down for like a year, that's me buying $12,000 worth of stock, more than I could have for a super discounted deal. Like, that's what I want, right? I'm not scared of this market. I'm not scared of buying, and you guys shouldn't be either. Just keep with the strategies, right? So I'll see you guys in the next one.